Round. So yes, I am Chris Berry. I am going to be the room moderator and host and what so have you, Zoom Jedi for this presentation. I am the hypnotist in my chapter. I'm the clinical hypnotherapist. Been in BNI for about 6 years, so that's about me. But you're going to be hearing during this breakout room from Mr. Jon Lamont, and of course, we all know about how we prefer to be working on our businesses instead of in our businesses, and he's going to be talking about integrations and automations that can save our businesses time and money. So whenever you're ready, Jon. Oh, and by the way, I am recording this presentation just so everyone knows all the breakout rooms are. Whenever you're ready, Jon, go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Chris. Yeah. Hey, thanks everyone for having me. That's basically what I want to talk about today, integrations and automations. I mean, working on your business instead of in it is extremely important. And the way to do that is by having integrations between your 2 software platforms or 10 software platforms, and then automating the processes within them. So a little bit about me. My name is Jon Lamont. I am the owner of Get Automated. We are one of Canada's actually leading automation agencies. We're doing some big things here in Canada and growing as as the months go on. We're expanding into the United States and doing some great things down there as well. But yeah, essentially what we do is we automate business processes. And the way it started is we were a marketing company and we're getting great results for our clients. We're driving a ton of leads, filling their pipelines. It was a ton of success in our eyes. But what was happening was, these are some busy business owners who have other things that they're doing throughout the day. If they're a roofer, they're up on the roof. If they're a doctor, they're dealing with patients. There's all kinds of things that they have to do in the run of the day. And following up with their leads was very hard for them. So what we found is, the roofer would come down at the end of the day and there's 5, 10, sometimes 15 leads for them to follow up on. And if you're familiar with the marketing space these days, they say you have 15 minutes to follow up with a lead that comes in through one of your marketing campaigns before you lose them, right? They either forget that they even filled something out or they've moved on. They've received 5 other quotes from 5 other companies, already selected who they're going with. You've already lost them. So this is what was happening to us. We found that our business owners were really struggling to convert these leads into clients. So we said, okay, well, what if we could automate part of the sales process? So that's what we did. We started sending follow-up emails and introducing chat bots and text messages and all this stuff. And it started going very well. And so we're like, okay, well, what else can we automate? So we just started pushing it a little further and a little further. And eventually we just started automating everything from onboarding new clients to onboarding new employees to offboarding new employees to invoicing to, you name it, intake forms. And if you can imagine it, chances are we can automate it. And so we just kept pushing it. And that's where we realized, okay, this is where we're getting the best results for our clients. And we became a full-blown automation agency. And from there, it just started to really do some great things for us and for our clients. So let's get into what that looks like. So first of all, what are integrations? So integrations are what's going to help you pass information between your software platforms so you can focus on your most important work. The last thing you want to do is have somebody come in on your website and then take that information, put it into your calendar, and then, I got to put it into a CRM. Hopefully you have a CRM, or I got to put it into QuickBooks. All these steps, these manual steps just take so much of your time. But if everything was integrated together, it would just happen. All the information would pass from software platform to software platform. You'd never have to worry about handling it. You'd never have to worry about all these additional manual steps. It would just be done behind the scenes. Well, what are automations? Automations are what allow you to allow your business to run without you. It's like having the most productive version of yourself working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And in every area. I mean, your marketing, all of a sudden you could have the most productive version of yourself doing the marketing. How about the sales? Well, the most productive version of yourself doing those sales. And how about your invoicing? How about your onboarding new clients? How about training new employees? All that stuff. It's the most productive version of you, just duplicated over and over and over again. And again, it just runs behind the scenes without you even having to lift a finger. You could have your feet up, you could be on a beach somewhere, and you would have the same exact result every single time. So this is what automations look like. There's a trigger, something happens. Let's say it happens on your website. It creates an action. Okay, this creates a task inside of your calendar and then sends a confirmation email. It's a simple automation, but it's an automation nonetheless. Another automation is when you're going on vacation, you put on your vacation autoresponder. Somebody tries to email you, it says, sorry, I'm unavailable, reach this person, or you can contact me at this time. that's automation. I mean, it doesn't have to be elaborate like what we're going to see here. It doesn't have to look like this for it to be considered automation. It can be something as simple as just letting people know the best way to get a hold of you, or when to get a hold of you, or who to get in touch with when you're not available. So again, this is a pretty deep dive. If I have time at the end, yeah, I'm on track here. If I have time at the end, I'm going to do a little bit of a deeper dive and show you some automation capabilities with a software that looks similar to this. Actually identical to this, and you'll be able to see what the capabilities truly are. So let's start with the essential softwares that most people have in their business, and definitely that you'll be familiar with. So first and foremost, CRM, things like Keep, ActiveCampaign, Zoho CRM, HubSpot, Salesforce, Dubsado. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's hundreds of these things, but this right here, if you were to ask me what's the most important thing that you could put into your business, what's the most important software, what's the most important tool you could have in your business, the CRM is it. This right here is what's going to drive your business. You probably know of a CRM as a platform that just holds your contacts information, probably sends the odd birthday reminder. Yes, stuff is very important. That does happen inside of a CRM, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. What you saw back here, this is all done within a CRM. Your CRM is so powerful, and that's what's actually going to drive your business. It's like the hub that everything plugs into and just continuously drives your business, again, without you having to do anything. Sometimes you have to do a little bit, but for the most part, we try to get it so you have to do very little. Now, people always ask, well, what's the best CRM? I mean, it's different for every business. I definitely have a preference, but you know, I won't get into that right now. But it's different for every business. Some people need different things. Other people don't need it to be as advanced as that. One thing I would say is, do not try and save money on your CRM. You want one that's going to work and do everything that you need it to do. And spending a little bit of money in your CRM, ultimately, it's what's going to grow your business. It's going to change your business. You know, it's funny because we'll go and we'll spend $4 or $5 on a Starbucks coffee 1, 2, 5 times a week. But when it comes to something that could cost $100 a month but could change our business, we seem to hold it, hold our money a little tighter to us and say, no, I'm going to save a little bit of money here. Don't do it with the CRM. You can do it with other platforms. Don't do it with your CRM. It is very important that you have a strong CRM. From there, having a scheduling software. I mean, some of your CRMs will have this built right into it. But having a scheduling software is going to save you so much time. How often have you gone back and forth? And it's like, okay, does Tuesday at 2 p.m. work for you? No, it doesn't. How about Thursday at 3? Oh, shoot. No, that doesn't either. Well, I got some availability 2 weeks from now, Wednesday at 11:30. Does that work? No, that doesn't either. Oh, well, send me some times and I'll pick one. It's a nightmare. And I know that you've all been through it. Having a scheduling software will prevent that. So this is very important. This is a simple software that can save you a lot of time and save you a lot of money. Let's say it saved you only 10 minutes for every appointment you book. Think about how many appointments you book and then do the math. It adds up. It's extremely significant. Invoicing and accounting software. Again, we're all familiar with these platforms: QuickBooks, FreshBook, Wave, sorry. These are great platforms, but you want to have something cloud-based. And the reason why is because that's what's going to allow you to integrate. That's what's going to allow you to automate. I mean, it's going to make your life easier. You don't have to be held down and held hostage by your laptop. You can literally access it anywhere with a login. And you have the ability to, oh, that was weird. Looks like someone's annotating. And you have the ability to allow your accountant to come in and work right in it. But again, more importantly, I make all my software decisions based on integration capabilities, and having a cloud-based software like one of these three will allow you to do that. All right. Learning management software. Chris, are you able to get rid of that annotation on there? I don't know how it was put up there, but just
I have no effect on that whatsoever. Sorry.
Interesting. Okay, no, that's fair. Learning management software. So Thinkific and Member Vault, for example. Now there's other examples. There's Kajabi and stuff like that. There's some other examples that you're probably familiar with. But having learning management software, this is a great way to train your employees. This is a great way to just have that automated where you don't even need to think about it. They just log in and they get exact training on everything that you do within your business. It happens one time. And then you can train people for life. You can actually put a video in there. You could do a live on location video, get a great videographer and get some live on location videography and have it uploaded into your Thinkific platform. And then they can get training if it's on site stuff. If it's computer-based stuff, you can share a screen just like I'm doing now, plug that into Thinkific or Member Vault. And now all of a sudden you've automated your training processes. Very cool stuff. Cloud sharing software, Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive. Chances are you're using one of these. Some people even use multiple, but these are great too. You can integrate into these things. You can add documents. You can remove documents and plug them into an email. There's so many different things you can do when you have these platforms. They're very important. Again, chances are you're using these. If you aren't, definitely pick one and see what it's all about, and it'll go a long way for your business. And then obviously website, right? Squarespace, WordPress, Wix. You don't want people to just come to your site, take action, and then not go anywhere, right? You want to have them one of these platforms so that can plug right into all your other software using the different integration stuff that we've been talking about. But these are the main three. I mean, there's more out there as well, but these are going to allow you to really integrate well with a lot of your other software platforms. And then form building software, you can embed forms on any site. I mean, WordPress, typically Gravity is a great one for WordPress, but Jotform is another one. You can plug these in anywhere and have people fill out a form, and again, starts a process within your CRM, or it creates an invoice or something like that. All these different form building software. This is just a great way to capture information and have something automatically happen in the back end. And then document sign. I mean, Zoho Sign, HelloSign, DocuSign. The last thing you want to do, and again, we've probably all been on one side or the other, but a document is sent, we have to download it, we have to print it. Hopefully the person has a printer. Then they have to sign it, and then they have to scan it. And then once they do, they have to upload it. Chances are when they scan it, it's twisted sideways, and they got to go through the whole nightmare again. It's a headache. Don't do it. Get rid of it. Plug in one of these software, and you're going to completely change the way that you get your documents signed. So very important software as well. Awesome. Now let's talk about bringing these software platforms together. So how do you integrate it? Well, first there's direct integration. So what you could do is you go to your settings on any of your software, go to, sometimes it won't even say settings, it'll just say integrations right away. Click that, and you can see what it integrates with. And it's a great way to see if there's any direct integration, so that you don't have to do any crazy coding or have to use a third party or any of that stuff. It can just plug in directly, speak to one another, pass that information as it's needed. Yeah, check to see if your software platforms have them. Chances are it may. API. So this is kind of the old way of doing it, but it's still important. I mean, if there's some bigger integrations that you need to do, and some, any app that's created, they're going to use API. It's a very technical way of integrating. Hopefully you can avoid this. Some of the software that I was just showing you there, chances are you wouldn't need API, and I'll show you why here in a second, because you can have external integration. So you can integrate using third-party integration platforms like Zapier, Automate.io, and Parsi. What these platforms have done is gone to these other software and created the API for you. So now you don't have to learn coding. You don't have to hire a programmer. You can literally just get one of these platforms, and they've already got the connection done based on the API that they've created on your behalf. So now I want to do a quick little walkthrough. I want to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to go into this real quick. I want to show you what the software looks like. So this is Zapier. Now this is one of the three. This is my favorite personally, but just check out what you can do here. So let's say it's Acuity. Let's go with a scheduling software, right? Acuity to my Gmail. Let's just do that, for example. So you can come here and you can see all the triggers. So when an appointment is canceled, appointment is rescheduled, appointment start, new appointment, new product order. That's all the Acuity triggers. Then on the actions for Gmail, you can add a label to your email. You create a label, find an email, send an email, reply to email, create draft, send email. And then you see if these were reversed. So these are all the actions that Acuity could have. So you could find an appointment, block off time, add a coupon code, add a package code. Again, very simple things that you can do with just one click of the mouse can allow you to integrate these things together. And when you select some of these, so look at the examples it gives you here. Okay, Acuity, send an email with Gmail when Acuity scheduling appointment starts. Cool, I can try it. Boom, click that, couple clicks, you just connect them together using this software, away you go. And the possibilities are endless. If we went to explore real quick, I'll show you here all the different software that you can, look at this. I mean, the sky's the limit here. Every software that you can imagine pretty much is in here, right? You're going to see all these logos that you recognize. It's loading really slow, sorry about that. But yeah, look at all the different software platforms that you can integrate with. Really, really cool stuff. So familiarize yourself with Zapier. It is a great way to integrate your software together. All right, now we're going to go into automations, the engine that drives your business. So here's another example. So this is basically, it's a Zap that I've created. That's what they're called in Zapier. This is a Zap. And this is where most of you are from BNI. You understand what a BNI one-to-one is. Well, when somebody books a one-to-one with me using my Acuity scheduling, it creates a contact inside of my CRM, which is Keep. At that point, it finds a file in Google Drive, which is actually my gains profile. It's actually going to extract my gains profile from my Google Drive, plug it into an email inside of Gmail, and it's going to send it. And it looks like I wrote it right then and there. It looks like, it's something that I just took time to do, but I built it once and now it just runs behind the scenes. So here's what it looks like when it gets sent, right? Just like any email you'll ever send, our one-to-one is booked, and here's my gains profile. Hi, Janelle, thanks for booking our one-to-one. I've attached a copy of my gains profile for you to look at prior to our meeting. If you'd like to do a little research into me, you can find my social links in my email signature. You can also check out jonlamont.com. I will try to find your social links too, unless you're able to share them with me ahead of time. I'm looking forward to our meeting. And look, right in there is the PDF attached, my gains profile. It's that easy. I set it up one time. I never have to think about it again. Someone books into my calendar and it just spits out the gains profile every single time. So yeah, again, really cool little automation that you can create. Now, this is something a little more intense that we built for a company that we've worked with. And you look here, this is 25 different steps in between these two. So 27 total here. There's 6 steps here. There's 12 steps here. There's 8 steps here. These are all steps that used to be manual. Something happens over here, right? This is a form, jot form. A form is filled out. 26 other steps had to happen after that jot form was filled out. Now it's completely hands off. Imagine, let's say it even took 2 minutes for each one of those steps. And chances are it's closer to 5 to 10. Let's be honest. Think about how much time is saved by just being able to automate those little things, those little steps that technically a computer should be doing anyways. You don't need to be having a human do it, whether it's an employee or yourself. You don't need that when you can have a software doing it for you. So yeah, really, really dynamic stuff that you can do that can save you a lot of time and really streamline your process. So what's next? Well, it's time to start automating your business. So first and foremost, get a CRM if you don't already have one. I cannot stress this enough. If you don't have a CRM, you are handling things manually that don't need to be handled. You are forgetting about things. You're not following up. There's so much that can go wrong by not having a CRM. And even if you are really, really on top of things, you're spending way more time than you should be. If you had a CRM, you could remove yourself from a lot of those processes. Don't have to deal with it, and it's just happening for you. So that's the first step. Then dive into your current software platforms and discover the direct integrations you can create. Again, a lot of these software platforms have the ability to integrate directly, and then you might not need to use a third party, but if you do, explore the use of Zapier and see if direct integration, or if the direct integrations aren't available. It's not extremely user-friendly at first, but once you start clicking around, you'll see that, okay, this makes a lot of sense. I can do this. You start clicking around and you're not going to break anything. Just play with it, connect to your platforms, put in a test contact and just see what it'll do. And you'll be amazed at the power of Zapier. And then start connecting your platforms to create your automated processes. So now I said I was going to do a live walkthrough real quick. Yeah, so I've got, what do I have? I got another 10, 12 minutes, something like that. So I am going to do.
You got tons of time.
Perfect. Thank you, Chris. So I'm going to walk through this is Keep. Now I'm not here pushing Keep on you or trying to sell you Keep or anything. This is just the platform I use. It is my favorite, but I'll show you a few of the little functionalities that you can have within a platform like this. So text messages, you can send a text message right from here. Literally, there's my phone number. I could send me a text right now, or I could say hello. You can see I've done a few tests here before. Hello, John. Right, gets sent to me. Oops, I'll close this. Help and support. Send. Gets sent to my phone, and there it is there. Hello, John. Right, so it can send right from there, and the beauty of it is it's right on the contact record. Now I could have a full conversation with somebody here, and I go to contacts, and it'll be saved right in their contact record. So everything's right there. Every conversation I ever have, I'm always up to date. I know, and let's say I have to put a team member on this client or on this project, they can see all the text, email, every conversation I've ever had is going to be documented right here. It's a very strong way to stay organized. You come here, you can create tasks for yourself. Obviously, these can be automated as well. I'll get into that in a second. Appointments. You could have your appointments right here. So you don't need Calendly or Schedule Once or Acuity. Everything is built right in here. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. My computer's doing some silly things. Perfect. Yeah. So, I mean, here's, right, I click one of these and it's a scheduling software. It's literally like any scheduling software you've ever seen before, except it's plugged right into my CRM. I don't have to worry about using Zapier to bring those integrations together. So Yeah, really, really cool stuff there. You can invoice directly here. You can quote, you can set up recurring. You can actually create a quote and then convert it over to an invoice and have it just automatically sent out. Again, really cool feature. Oh yeah, and when you come up here, the direct integrations, I was going to show you that as well. So we'll go integrations. So you see all the direct, so Google Calendar connects to that, your Gmail connects to that, Outlook Calendar, if that's what you use, Microsoft Email, right to your QuickBooks, PayPal, Zoom. I mean, there's so many direct integrations here. And again, all your software, chances are there will be some, but definitely lean into that and see what it's all about. You can have a pipeline. I don't know if you use Asana or Trello or Monday.com. You can have a pipeline built right in here. You can create a deal. All right, let's just test. We'll just go with this, John test, and then we'll say test. Add. And then you can move it around just like you can on Trello or Asana. You can do all kinds of stuff here. You can automate this stage. So when you move something in here, well then, okay, well, I'm going to send an email, right? Or when you move someone out of that stage, well, I'm going to send an email. Again, it's just some really cool automations that you can do based on your different pipeline stages. But now this is what I wanted to show you, the automation side of it. So you come in here, there's a few different kinds in this software platform in Keep, but you can have an easy automation, which is essentially when, let's say, a form is filled. I'm not going to select the form yet. An email goes out, right? Introduction. Here's and you can have your templates preset or pre-saved in there. Perfect. It auto populates the first name. You've probably all seen this functionality with, MailChimp or Constant Contact or something like that. But yeah, these are called merge fields, and it auto populates based on their information on the contact record. And then that's it. That's a simple automation that you could have set up, and it just happens every time this form is submitted. This email goes out to that contact. Now we can get way more advanced, and this is where I showed you that picture before. This is where you can do some really, really dynamic stuff. And this is what really drives the business. This is what streamlines everything. This is what increases your sales. This is what, in my opinion, is a game changer, is life-changing, is having this advanced functionality run your business for you. So let's say, I don't know, a web form is submitted, right? Someone comes in off your website, or maybe you built a landing page. Maybe you're doing an ad campaign and you build a landing page right here. This is actually just like any web, like lead pages, ClickFunnels, Wix, WordPress, like the drag and drop functionality inside the landing page. Really, really cool stuff. A tag is applied, right? So you can start that based on a tag. Let's go with maybe an email was opened. However, you're putting them into this campaign. Drop a sequence in here. You connect whichever element you're using. I'll connect all of them to show you how that works. And then you go in and you select, okay, we're going to wait. We're going to put a delay timer in here. We're going to wait 3 days. Sure. And then we're going to send an email. Then we're going to wait another, I don't know, let's go a week this time. We'll wait a week. That's weekdays. Sorry. We'll go a week and we'll run it on any day at 8 a.m. Done. Now we're going to create a task for our sales team to follow up with whoever just came in and received that email. Then from there, let's say we want to auto enroll them into our Thinkific course, or maybe we want to send them an automated text message. Now this platform, Keep, doesn't have automated text messages yet. You saw the text functionality. They are working on the automated version of that, but for now it's a manual step. But yeah, you could send this to a Twilio or a sales message by using an HTTP post. Very easy to do. You go into sales message, build it. It gives you the URL, plug it in here, and then it sends all the information from one to the other. Now you send them a text message. Then you can add them. I mean, you can assign to a different owner at this point. I mean, again, the possibilities here are endless. You can have these set field values where you can say, okay, if they enter into this, I want to set a field value and I want to update their person type. Now they are going to be a customer. They're no longer a prospect. So you're going to save. Right now it updates everything. Now, again, this is all stuff that would take manual steps that is just happening behind the scenes automatically. And yeah, really cool stuff. And then if you wanted to add them to your pipeline, remember that Asana type thing where you can move them over? Well, you can create a deal right here as well. So the possibilities are endless. Once they're there, you can have this email link click, right? So if they open up the email and click the link, it removes them from this. If you had a link to your booking calendar, well, as soon as they book the link with you, right? Because you have some follow-up emails in here. Let's say we did create follow-up emails. Well, it would pull them out of that sequence once they booked the appointment with you, so they don't see those follow-up emails, right? This seamlessly follows up with people so that you don't have to do it. And then as soon as they take action on what you want them to take action on, it removes them. And so they have no idea that this is automated, it's just happening behind the scenes. It's really, really cool stuff. And then if the task is completed, for example, then you can send them into a different sequence. And I mean, I could go on for hours in this one example, but I just wanted to show you kind of what it looks like to build out the different kinds of automations behind the scenes. And having a platform that can do all that is very, very important if you ever wanted to accomplish any of this type of automated process stuff. So that's it for the example. And that is actually it for my presentation. So thank you again, John with Get Automated. If you ever wanted to get in touch with me, it's john@getautomated.ca, or you can text me, call me. My number is 403-978-5910. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, John. We've got about 5 minutes left. Do you want to field some questions?
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great.
All right. We got one real quick from Rob Bassett here. As far as Keep that you were just demonstrating, is that a good replacement if you're looking for a number of these 9 areas you've spoken of? And he's also asking about a mobile workforce dispatch and any sort of digital paperwork replacement.
Okay, go back real quick. So the first question was, is a good replacement for which, sorry?
A number of those 9 areas you were speaking of. His words.
Yeah. Rob, are you
it looks like, yeah, thanks for taking the question. In the invoicing and accounting, the LMS, the cloud management, the hosting, each of those different areas, it sounds like this can do a portion of each of those. And you also mentioned it was advantageous to keep things together where it worked, or have it integrated. So I'm wondering if this would take over a few of them or do it well, like replacing the signing, the form servers, the hosting, the cloud sharing, things, the LMS.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there are certain things that you can do. Yeah. As far as LMS, no, it's not going to be as dynamic as an LMS, but there are things. So actually, when someone gets Keep from me, for example, I actually have these pre-built videos that I do. So I created a campaign just like what you saw there, except they're videos that I plugged in there. So I use it similar to an LMS. So it could actually work. Absolutely. But it's not going to drip content or any of that stuff like you would in LMS. As far as accounting software, I think you'd still want to have your accounting software just to make sure your books are in order. But as far as invoicing, it can replace that side of it. Absolutely. And then it syncs directly so that you wouldn't have to worry about bringing it over. But I wouldn't replace an accounting software with this. Scheduling software, absolutely replace it. Landing page builder like ClickFunnels or Lead Pages, absolutely replace it. So yeah, it can actually replace a lot of them. It's a good replacement for a lot of those. And what was the second part of the question?
So if we're looking at a solution for a mobile workforce dispatch, and replace the paperwork on the clipboard, would Keep be a good solution for that?
Keep is a good solution. I think if you're looking to schedule jobs and have like there are like Jobber, for example. I don't know if you've heard of Jobber, but that's a great platform for if you have a big workforce. Let's say you've got 10 people and they all have to go to different locations and you want to track routes and stuff like that. Keep isn't going to do that. It's going to streamline any correspondence that you have with people, and you can book directly in there. It'll house all the contact information. But if you're looking to kind of streamline the best routes and make sure that everybody can kind of see it at a glance, their dashboard for the day, I mean, it might not be the best platform for that, but it can do a lot of the sales and marketing stuff that those other platforms wouldn't be able to do. So I'd love for you to try it maybe and see if there'd be an opportunity to do something like that, Rob, for sure.
Yeah, sounds great. And I look forward to having a one-to-one with you here soon.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks.
A quick question from Janet. Where is the data stored? And if you cancel subscription with an app, do they own the data?
Great question. They own it. No, you could delete it and it's gone. So I mean, where is it stored? It's stored in Arizona. I mean, it's an American company. So all these platforms, I mean, there's some Canadian based stuff, but yeah, they will be stored in their servers, I'm sure, but you can delete it from your contact record. If you wanted to cancel it, you export, just 3 clicks of the mouse, you export your list. You have it all there, all your contact information, every conversation you ever had, that could all be exported as well. You have it and you can do whatever with it. You can put it into a different platform. You can keep it in a Google Drive folder, something like that. But yeah, you can definitely export all your data.
All right, good to know. And I think we have time for just one more question. Just real quick from Samantha, can you help set this up for people?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, so as I mentioned, Keep is my favorite. Now, we do work with other ones. If you did want something else, we do work with all the different types of software platforms. But if you were to get Keep, I actually have some videos that I mentioned to Rob where you can actually follow along and do a lot of it yourself. But yes, if you did need my team to come in and help, we do that. And we can help you and guide you through it and set it up the way you want. And we actually do build the automations. That's what we do full time, is build those automations. So absolutely, we can help you with that.
All right. Thank you very much, Jon.
Thank you, Chris. And thank you, everybody. Thanks for the questions and thanks for listening. I know I talk real fast sometimes and I get a little excited, but thank you so much for being here for this presentation.